I apologize for the angle here, but I just kind of wanted to show, this is only, 2 fingers width. I typically don't baton anything bigger than that anyways. So, because this is just a process kindling, but, it courses through that pretty easy. And, cedar being straight grained, it's, that's great. So it splits real good. But, and like that. This isn't a big baton, and I don't use big batons. I see these guys take a 4-inch knife, throw it on a foot-wide log, and then beat on it with a, another log probably the size of their arm. I typically don't do that. My batons are typically 16, maybe 20 inches, or like this, because like that, I'm just processing down some kindling. A lot of times I don't make big fires, but if you had to, you just have to put in a little bit more time, split it down, and, you can light a big log like this with a little fire. And a lot of times, these little finger-sized, thumb-sized bits, for kindling, but show its feather stick carving capabilities here. And like I said, I've got a good edge on this. Get this going really good there. There we go. Get it good. I'm just kind of making a pile of shavings like this. Pieces of this were rotten, but you can see that makes pretty good feather sticks. Once I got all the loose stuff off, this here is rotten and flaking off. So I got a better piece here that I was kind of carving on before. This is actually a piece that's been here for quite some time, but it's already been processed down. And see if I can't make some better feather sticks. This is a bit of a beefy blade. Moras make good feather sticks, but there we go. Not super fine ones, but it'll do the trick. You get some dry grass or dryerlin or something like that, depending on where you get it. And I've noticed that sometimes some knives will make feather sticks in different cutting patterns. Notice I'm not in line with my thumb. I can come all the way through this. I'm pushing like that. I'm not an advocate of cutting towards yourself. You should cut away from yourself. I'm working with my daughter a lot, so I keep repeating all this stuff. But there we go. There's some real fine ones. Now, a lot of times, feather sticks come down to the sharpness of your knife. I don't have this one razor sharp, but, that will do. That will get your fire going. So, as a chopper, as a feather stick carver, and even as a spark thrower on a ferro rod, if I can get mine out. That's my ferro rod, just 3/8, but it'll get the coating off. There you go. That'll throw sparks off the back. Once you get that coating off, I haven't used this one very much. This just goes in my kit. I actually use another one in my haversack more often, but that 90-degree spine will just throw sparks like crazy. So I don't want to wear it out. But anyways, I'm very pleased with this knife. Like I said before, when I first got it, it was I got it more for bushcraft. It will definitely do in a survival situation. You're not going to be chopping a whole lot, but finger-sized stuff, delimbing a sapling or something like that to make a walking stick or poles for shelter, it would definitely do that. You bend a sapling over, and you hold it way down here like this with the 3-fingered grip, and pop it like that, and that thing will pop apart. You put stress on that outer deal, you give it a pop, and it'll give. There's people have cut down 2-inch saplings with a Mora just by bending it over and then just kind of pressing into it, and those fibers break. So a lot of it's technique. You don't have to have a huge chopper. So that's definitely a good knife. It kind of fills the void in between bushcraft and survival purposes. I just kind of brought this thing out. I have taken this on other hikes. I just didn't film it. I made a spear. I was in snake country, so I wanted something, a walking stick, and then not to stab the snakes, but I wanted a fine tip so that if I had to, I could kind of slide it under them and flick them off into the river. There were cottonmouths, but anyways, I just wanted to give an update. I'm very pleased with this. I would definitely recommend it. It is a $50 knife. It does take and hold an edge very well, so I just wanted to give an update on that.